Right now, you may feel as though life has placed 10 battles before you at once, each demanding more than you can comfortably give, more strength, more clarity, more resilience than you feel you have left today. And perhaps in the quiet moments, the moments no one else sees, you wonder how much longer you can hold everything together, or whether you were ever meant to fight alone in the first place. Before this journey begins, there is something you should know. In this journey, you will learn how Musashi transformed overwhelm into clarity, how he trained the mind to remain still in chaos, and how his ancient path can guide you to become unshakable in the battles you face today. This is not a teaching of aggression, but a teaching of awareness, discipline, and inner power. Because long before your battles ever arrived, there was another who studied the weight of chaos, the demands of fear, and the architecture of an unbreakable mind, a man who faced impossible odds with quiet eyes, who understood that true victory begins long before any sword is drawn. Miyamoto Musashi, whose teachings still echo in the inner chambers of every warrior who has ever felt overwhelmed. Now take a breath, slow and deliberate, as if you're stepping toward the wooden gates of an ancient mountain dojo. The air shifts as you enter, cool and crisp, carrying the scent of cedar and quiet rain. The floor beneath you is smooth, polished by centuries of discipline and sincerity. You feel it immediately, a presence in the room, not a figure you can see, but a frequency you can feel. Musashi is here, not as a man, but as a field of consciousness, a wisdom that awakens when sincerity enters the space. Your burdens begin to loosen slightly, as if the walls themselves understand the heaviness you've been carrying. You take another breath, deeper this time, and allow yourself to name the truth you've been avoiding. I feel overwhelmed. I feel stretched thin. I feel uncertain. The dojo does not judge you. It receives you. It steadies itself around your honesty. Then a whisper rises in your awareness, as if carried by wind moving through the cedar beams. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. You exhale slowly, realizing how much tension you've been holding, realizing that overwhelm is not a sign of inadequacy, but the starting point of every warrior's path. You step farther into the hall, your footsteps echoing softly, your inner world beginning to slow. Then another teaching surfaces, subtle but firm. Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life. And you understand the truth hidden beneath these words. When you try to hold every battle in your mind at once, you collapse under the weight of all 10 enemies. But when you return to the single moment before you, to a breath, to a step, to the present, you reclaim your strength and clarity. The dojo brightens slightly, as if acknowledging your shift in perception. You pause, listening more deeply now, and the next insight arrives with calm certainty. Perception is strong and sight is weak. Sight shows you battles, perception shows you the path through them. Sight sees the storm, perception sees the opening in the clouds. Sight sees 10 enemies, perception sees the first one clearly. Your breath lengthens, your chest opens, and something inside you begins to steady itself with a strength you didn't know you had access to today. Then another teaching arrives, gentle but transformative. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Hope enters your body like warm light, not the frantic kind, but the grounded kind that comes when you realize you have choices. You do not need to solve all your battles at once. You do not need to carry everything alone, and you do not need to force yourself to be stronger than you feel. You only need to take one step, then another, then another. Musashi's presence settles softly around you, a reminder of what you're truly capable of when you return to yourself. And the final teaching of part 1 rises like a lantern being lit in your mind. From one thing, no 10,000 things. Meaning if you can steady yourself in this single breath, this single moment, this single step, then every part of your life will begin to recalibrate around that stillness. Not through force, but through presence. As you stand inside the dojo of your inner world, the storm that brought you here is already beginning to lose its power. You are not here to escape your battles. You are here to become unshakable within them. The dojo is quiet now, not silent, but carrying a presence that feels older than the mountains outside its walls. You step further in, drawn by a calm you didn't expect to feel today. The storm you walked in with is still there, but it no longer surrounds you. It sits behind you, waiting for who you will become next. Musashi's presence sharpens in the space, not confronting you, but guiding the direction of your attention. A simple truth rises in your awareness, clear and grounding. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. You let those words settle into your body. Like stones placed at the foundation of something strong, Musashi never taught the mind to conquer the world first. He taught it to conquer itself, to see its patterns, its reactions, its fears, its illusions. You look around the hall and notice wooden swords arranged along the wall, not as weapons, but as symbols of training. Musashi whispers through the field again, steady and unwavering. From one thing, no 10,000 things. This is not a riddle. It is a principle of inner mastery, a reminder that every battle outside you reflects a pattern within you. And if you understand the pattern, you can shift 10,000 outcomes. Your breath deepens, your senses heighten, and the dojo seems to widen around you. The presence of Musashi invites you to walk across the hall, slowly, deliberately, each step becoming cleaner, sharper, more intentional than the one before it. A teaching rises inside your mind, not spoken aloud, but felt with unmistakable clarity. In strategy, the best thing is to win without fighting. Those words shift something in you. Perhaps you've lived many years believing that effort equals worth, that struggle equals strength, that exhaustion equals devotion. But Musashi's path is not about force. It is about precision, motion only when motion is necessary, and stillness when stillness is the true advantage. You pause in the center of the dojo, feeling the gravity of this lesson, settling deeper into your bones. Winning without fighting begins with not fighting yourself, not fighting your own emotions, not fighting your confusion, not fighting the fatigue of carrying too much for too long. You inhale slowly, and for the first time in a while, your breath feels like it belongs to you again. Musashi's presence shifts behind you, as if inspecting your posture, your awareness, your readiness to learn more deeply. Then comes another teaching, like a blade drawn without sound. Perception is strong, sight is weak. In your life, sight is what overwhelms you. The deadlines, the conflicts, the expectations, the noise. But perception allows you to navigate those things with clarity. Because perception is not about what you see, but how you interpret what you see. Sight says, I have too many problems. Perception says, I have one step to take right now. Sight says, I am outnumbered. Perception says, I am only ever facing one moment at a time. Sight panics. Perception cuts through panic with calm intelligence. As these realizations settle into you, the dojo seems to shift again, as if its walls are responding to your inner alignment. You walk toward the far end of the hall, where a single candle flickers beneath a painting of a mountain path. As you approach it, a new teaching moves through you. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. This is where the overwhelm begins to dissolve completely, because you realize you've been believing there is only one right way to move forward. One right choice, one right timeline, one right version of who you must become. Musashi reminds you that mastery is not found in rigidity, but in adaptability, in fluidity, in the courage to shift when the path requires shifting. You inhale again, longer this time, and feel the pressure inside your chest beginning to release, as if a knot is loosening from the inside out. Then a final teaching rises for this part of your journey, spoken like a mantra from a seasoned warrior who has walked through every kind of chaos and survived it all. Do nothing that is of no use. The room falls still, allowing these words to echo inside you. How much of your overwhelm has come from carrying what is no longer yours to carry? How many battles have you fought out of habit rather than purpose? How much energy have you spent on problems that do not strengthen you, heal you, or align with your path? Musashi's presence sharpens behind you, like a guide finally revealing the heart of the lesson. You are overwhelmed not because you are weak, but because you are misaligned. Your energy has been scattered across 10 battles, when only one requires your presence right now. As soon as you realize this, your breath softens, your mind quiets, your body steadies itself naturally. You lift your gaze toward the open shoji doors, where wind moves through without resistance, carrying another teaching in its wake. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Yes, it is difficult to step into a new way of facing your life, difficult to slow down when you're used to rushing, difficult to choose presence over panic, difficult to trust that stillness can be more powerful than struggle. But Musashi is not asking you to transform everything today. He is only asking you to train, to return to the single step before you, and to face it with calm resolve. The dojo steadies around you, as if preparing you for what comes next in your awakening. You are now standing taller than when you arrived, no longer collapsing beneath your battles, but studying them with the eyes of a strategist, sharp, quiet, unshakable. The storm has not ended, but you have changed your relationship to it. You are becoming the kind of warrior who cannot be moved, even when the world is loud, even when the path is steep, even when 10 battles surround you. Part 3 will take you to the summit of Musashi's teaching, where overwhelm dissolves into clarity, and clarity becomes power. The dojo is different now, though nothing has changed in its structure. It is you who has changed within it. The air feels clearer, the space wider, your breath deeper. Every moment that brought you here, every burden you carried in, every overwhelm that once wrapped itself around your chest, now feels smaller beneath the weight of your new awareness. You stand in the center of the hall, and the presence of Musashi settles behind you like a steady mountain. There is no urgency now, only clarity, only the quiet certainty of a mind returning to itself. A new teaching rises through the stillness, gentle yet sharp, like steel forged in a sacred fire. Think lightly of yourself, and deeply of the world. You feel the meaning ripple through you, not as a command, but as liberation. Overwhelm grows from taking yourself too seriously, believing you must carry everything alone, believing you must be flawless, believing every battle is urgent, believing your worth depends on your strength. But here, in this hall of ancient training, you realize your true strength is not in being heavy, but in being spacious, aware, present, and open to life as it unfolds. The world becomes clearer when you stop gripping yourself so tightly, and your path becomes easier when you stop demanding perfection from a human heart. You turn toward the open shoji doors, and the mountains beyond look taller, but somehow less intimidating. A breeze enters the dojo, carrying another teaching across your awareness. Do not regret what you have done. These words fall over you like warm rain, releasing a weight you didn't know you still held. Regret keeps your attention frozen in the past, pulling your power into moments you can no longer change. But Musashi's way is not backward-facing. It is forward-moving, always returning to the present moment, always bringing energy back into your hands. You breathe out, and a knot in your chest unties itself quietly. Then comes another whisper, firm, clear. Respect Buddha and the gods, but do not depend on them. This is the heart of the unshakable path, a reminder that guidance may surround you, that support may uplift you, that the divine may walk beside you. But your strength is not borrowed. It is claimed, trained, cultivated, earned through presence, and solidified through discipline. You feel your spine lengthen, your stance deepen, your breath anchor itself into your belly like a quiet flame of resilience. This is what unshakable feels like. That rigid, not defiant, but grounded, aware. You walk toward the back of the dojo, where a single scroll hangs with a painted circle, an enso, symbolizing emptiness, clarity, completion. The true science of martial arts means practicing in such a way that the teachings become useful at any time, in all things. You understand now, this journey was never about swords, or duels, or ancient warriors walking the earth. It is about how you walk into your life, your relationships, your responsibilities, your difficult days, your moments of doubt, your seasons of overload. Musashi's way is not external. It is a training of the inner architecture, reshaping the way your mind meets the world. You place your hand again over your heart, feeling it beat with a steadier rhythm now. Another teaching rises, the one that completes the circle you began in part 1. From one thing, no 10,000 things. Now you understand its full meaning. When you steady your breath, your entire life steadies with it. When you see clearly, your path reorganizes itself around that clarity. When you remain present in one moment, you become powerful in every moment. This is the warrior Musashi devoted his life to forming, not a fighter of endless battles, but a master of inner stillness, inner intelligence, and inner direction. You look around the dojo one final time, and it feels as though the room is bowing to you, honoring the transformation that now lives within your presence. Then the final teaching rises, not loud, not forceful, but with the solemn authority of a truth that cannot be shaken. You may abandon your body, but you must preserve your honor. In Musashi's way, means living aligned with your truth, your boundaries, your values, your inner knowing, even when the world pressures you to abandon yourself. Honor is the root of the unshakable self, the core of your resilience, the flame that remains steady even when your path is steep. You inhale deeply, feeling a stability return to your body that you have not felt in years. A storm you once feared is still beyond the dojo walls, but your relationship to it has transformed completely. Where you were once overwhelmed, you are now grounded. Where you once panicked, you are now perceptive. Where you once scattered your energy, you now move with intention, precision, clarity. You are not merely surviving your battles anymore. You are meeting them as Musashi taught, calm in the mind, steady in the breath, honorable in the heart, unshakable in your presence. As you step toward the open doors of the dojo, the world outside feels different, not lighter, but more navigable, because now you know the truth. You are not here to avoid the storm. You are here to walk through it with the mind of a master. As you step back into your life, what is the one moment you will now meet with greater clarity? If you found value in this journey, subscribe for more teachings to guide your path. And as always, remember to stay in tune with your own mind frequency.